You are often told that if you really want to succeed in cybersecurity, you must buy a costly course, join an expensive academy, or invest a large amount of money before you can become employable. That idea sounds convincing because it gives you a simple story: pay more, learn more, get ahead faster. But when you look at how real cybersecurity professionals actually grow, you notice something very different. The people who become strong are usually the ones who practice again and again in hands on environments. They do not only listen to theory, they test, break, observe, investigate, document, and repeat. That is why free cybersecurity labs can sometimes be better than paid courses. A course may explain a topic nicely, but a lab forces you to think. And in cybersecurity, thinking under pressure is what turns knowledge into skill. You do not become good at cybersecurity just by watching videos or reading slides. You become good by seeing how systems behave, how mistakes appear, how weak design choices create openings, and how attackers and defenders think differently. Free labs help you build that kind of pattern recognition. They train your eyes, your logic, and your patience. They also remove one of the biggest excuses many people carry for too long, which is the belief that they cannot start because they do not have enough money. The truth is that the internet already contains many of the same kinds of practical exercises that people pay heavily for elsewhere. In some cases, the free versions are even more respected because they focus less on presentation and more on real hands-on problem solving. That is why free labs are not just budget-friendly alternatives. For many learners, they are the smartest path. Before you go through this list, you should understand what actually makes a lab useful. A valuable lab does not just entertain you for a few minutes. It teaches you how to think step by step. It gives you a challenge, forces you to gather clues, makes you test your assumptions, and pushes you to reflect on what worked and what failed. A strong lab helps you build confidence while also showing you the limits of your current understanding. It may start with something simple like a hidden file, a weak password, or a vulnerable login page. But underneath that small task, it is teaching you investigation discipline. It is teaching you to slow down, pay attention, and build your own reasoning process. If you are new to cybersecurity, TryHackMe is one of the best places to begin because it helps you enter the field without feeling crushed by complexity on the first day. You get guided exposure to networking, Linux, web security, and offensive security basics in a structured and beginner-friendly way. Many people leave cybersecurity early not because they lack intelligence, but because the starting point feels overwhelming. TryHackMe removes that barrier and allows you to learn gradually. As you move through the rooms, you start understanding how to approach a target, how to gather information, and how to connect clues. That methodical thinking is exactly what future penetration testers rely on. As your confidence grows, Hack the Box becomes one of the most powerful platforms for moving closer to real-world offensive practice. The labs are more realistic, the machines are harder, and the pads are rarely obvious. You must investigate carefully and test different approaches. You will often hit dead ends, and that is part of the learning experience. Real penetration testing rarely follows a neat path. Hack the Box teaches patience, persistence, and strategic thinking. These qualities are exactly what you need when modern environments involve identity systems, cloud integrations, and complex application layers. If your interest is web security or application security, Portswigger Web Security Academy is one of the strongest free learning platforms available. This platform teaches real application security vulnerabilities such as injection attacks, cross-site scripting, broken authentication, and access control weaknesses. But the real value comes from understanding why these vulnerabilities exist. When you understand the logic behind an attack, you begin to think like both a tester and a defender. Modern organizations rely heavily on web applications and digital services. That means web security knowledge is becoming one of the most important skills in cybersecurity. Over the Wire is a platform that focuses heavily on command line learning and Linux fundamentals. It may not look flashy, but it builds extremely strong problem-solving habits. You learn how to explore file systems, understand permissions, and analyze system behavior carefully. Many cybersecurity professionals underestimate how important Linux knowledge is. But a huge portion of infrastructure, servers, and security tooling depends on Linux environments. Over the Wire helps you become comfortable in this environment and trains you to remain calm when navigating unfamiliar systems. PicoCTF is a challenge-based learning platform designed to sharpen your curiosity and analytical thinking. You encounter problems related to cryptography, reverse engineering, web exploitation, and puzzle solving. The platform trains your brain to explore different possibilities and think creatively when a problem seems confusing. Cybersecurity often requires flexible thinking because attacks do not always follow predictable patterns. PicoCTF builds that mental agility early. Cyber Defenders focuses more on the defensive side of cybersecurity, including incident response and threat investigation. Instead of learning how to attack systems, you learn how to analyze evidence after an attack occurs. You practice identifying malicious behavior, understanding attack patterns, and investigating system logs. This is extremely valuable because organizations need professionals who can detect and respond to security incidents quickly and effectively. RootMe is another excellent learning platform with a massive collection of security challenges. You can explore topics such as web security, network attacks, digital forensics, and cryptography. This diversity is important because cybersecurity problems rarely exist in isolation. Many real-world incidents involve multiple technologies interacting together. RootMe helps you broaden your skill set and become comfortable solving problems across different areas of security. Rangeforce Community introduces a more enterprise-oriented training experience. Instead of focusing only on technical puzzles, it emphasizes operational security skills such as threat detection and incident investigation. This platform helps you understand how security teams function in real organizations and how different roles collaborate during a security event. It reinforces the idea that cybersecurity is a team effort that requires communication, coordination, and structured processes. Blue Team Labs online focuses specifically on defensive security operations. You analyze logs, investigate suspicious activity, and practice identifying malicious behavior within complex environments. Modern organizations generate massive volumes of security data. The challenge is not just detecting alerts but understanding which alerts truly matter. Blue Team Labs Online helps you develop that analytical ability and trains you to make evidence-based decisions. Let's Defend simulates a realistic security operations center environment where you investigate alerts and respond to potential threats. You learn how to analyze incidents, understand attacker behavior, and determine the appropriate response. This type of simulation prepares you for real-world security analyst roles because it replicates how investigations unfold inside organizations. You move from theoretical knowledge to practical decision-making. These platforms collectively build the mindset needed for modern penetration testing. Future penetration testing will involve far more than exploiting a single vulnerable server. It will require understanding identity systems, application security, cloud environments, and complex attack chains. Hands-on labs teach you how to investigate, test assumptions, and connect weaknesses together. These habits are what separate professional testers from beginners who only rely on automated tools. Even if penetration testing is not your primary goal, these labs still provide enormous value. They help defenders understand how attackers operate and how systems become compromised. Security engineers benefit because they gain insight into common design weaknesses and misconfigurations. By practicing both offensive and defensive scenarios, you build a balanced perspective that strengthens your overall cybersecurity expertise. Once you gain experience through hands-on labs, real cybersecurity incidents become easier to understand. You begin to recognize how attackers gain access, move across systems, and exploit weak configurations. News about ransomware, data breaches, or web application vulnerabilities suddenly feels much more familiar. You are no longer just reading about cybersecurity incidents, you are interpreting them. The best approach is not to sign up for every platform at once. That can quickly become overwhelming. Instead, choose a few platforms that align with your learning goals and focus on them consistently. Spend time understanding each challenge rather than rushing through them. Cybersecurity expertise grows through repetition and reflection, not through random bursts of learning. Alongside these labs, you should explore broader cybersecurity topics, including network security, application security, application programming, interface security, cloud security, mobile security, Internet of Things security, ethical hacking, security operations, Python scripting for cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence-driven security. These areas represent the future of cybersecurity because modern systems are deeply interconnected. Understanding how these technologies interact with security risks will make you far more valuable in the industry. The biggest lesson here is simple. Free learning does not mean weak learning. In many cases, free platforms demand more effort, deeper thinking, and stronger problem-solving abilities than passive paid courses. Cybersecurity rewards individuals who can perform under pressure and solve complex problems. Hands-on labs help you build that capability, and that capability is what ultimately shapes your career. If this video opened your eyes to the power of free cybersecurity labs, now is the perfect time to start. Choose one platform and begin your learning journey today. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below with the first platform you plan to try. Your cybersecurity journey can start today, and the tools you need are already available.